We are at Starfront in Texas, a new remote observatories which is offering peers for just $149, which is insane considering the location.
Yes, and we are familiar with remote observatories. We've worked with UDRO out in Utah and also Astronomy Acres in New Mexico. So when we saw that the price was $149 for this observatory, we had to check it out. We had to see, is it really worth it?
So in this video, we are going to see what Starfront is all about. We'll set up our equipment inside there, and we'll also have a one-on-one interview with Brave Fools, who's been living here on site since this all started, which is crazy.
Yes, and we loved our time at UDRO, but since we're moving away, we thought it best to, try to move things around while we're still here. So we packed it up and we shipped it here.
So how did we send our entire rig there from all the way here safely?
We first had to retrieve our gear from Utah. For those of you who weren't aware, our monochrome setup was hosted at Utah Desert Remote Observatories, 3 hours from our home, and we decided to pick it up and place it at Starfront.
Let's get something straight right away. UDRO is amazing, there is nothing wrong with them, and we had an amazing time there since day one. Remember, we were the very first telescope there besides the owner Craig. Craig and his family, who run UDRO together, are all amazing people and they run the business very well.
Because our move to France is in a few weeks, it made more sense to move the scope out of UDRO and liberate the pier for a future customer.
Once there, we took the entire rig and drove back home.
We meet again now.
Now you have two options to get your rig to Starfront. Deliver it yourself, which makes sense if you live not too far, or ship it.
Driving there and back would be 33 hours, way too long, and probably a lot in gas and food too. So we decided to ship it. But of course, shipping came with its own challenges.
So I have an issue here because I can't close this. I'm hoping if I remove the nuke here, I'll be able to close this completely, because if I ship this and the box becomes upside down, then this whole thing will fall. And hopefully I don't forget how to connect everything once I am there. Oh no. I'm too scared, so I'm putting an AirTag in there. UPS, don't steal my stuff.
I sent 3 packages with UPS, the telescope, the mount, and a smaller box with the mount accessories. It costed me in total $600, and that's by pretending the value was $0, which of course is a huge risk.
So we're trying to pack all of our stuff in our bags without having to pay for carry-on on Spirit. So a bit scary. We have the filter wheel here, the camera here, which is huge, and a bunch of stuff in Dalia's bag. So good luck to us. So the UPS box and the computers got stopped, of course, but hopefully it's fine. Okay, we survived TSA. I'm actually more surprised that they stopped Dalia, not me, because I have a big filter wheel and the QHY camera. And they asked me if I had a CD player, but it was the filter wheel. But I didn't get stopped, so alright, time to rearrange everything.
I don't know about you, but the view of Vegas when taking off and landing is by far the most beautiful of all the cities I've been at.
We landed in Austin and got a rental car to drive the 3 hours to Starfront.
1 more hour to go, and then we'll arrive. We are 3 minutes away. Very pretty here.
We arrived on site and quickly did our intro video, which you saw earlier, and now you're up to date on the timeline. Starfront is a set of remote observatories whose business model counts on affordable membership for a high number of buildings and piers. The roof of each building opens up automatically each night when it's clear, and members can just start imaging.
It is located under Bortle 1 skies in the middle of Texas, with an expected number of clear nights per year being 200 to 220.
This is a remote observatory built with amateur astrophotographers in mind, including beginners. So Starfront prefers to welcome small rigs over huge telescopes, which allows them to fit more setups per building.
The price starts at $149 a month and scales to $199 and $299 a month depending on the swing diameter of your rig. For example, if you plan to send an AM5 mount with a Red Cat or a small ASCAR telescope, you'll for sure be at $149 a month. When you reserve a pier, you also get access to cameras and on-site technicians 24/7. The internet speed there is 1 gigabits per second symmetrical fiber internet, which is plenty fast for your needs.
Also, you can join Starfront's Discord group at any time, even if you're not a member yet. We recommend joining to get acquainted with how everything works. You can make friends with other members and see images taken from there.
Okay, so I'm
Okay, let's go.
I'm here with Bray for a quick interview. As you can see behind us, it's so dark. It's like amazing skies. The camera is picking it up so well, and people are imaging right now, so it's really cool. So I have some questions for you. We'll do it pretty quick. For example, number one, what happens if I'm a customer and I want to rent a pier? What's the process like?
So go to our website. If you aren't familiar at all with remote imaging or you don't know what's involved, first off, shoot us a question on our contact form and we'll be willing to help you. And also our page that shows our pricing tiers based on your telescope so that you can determine what type of pier you have, whether that be the smallest size, medium, or large. It's all based on how big your scope is, how much floor space it occupies. And then you just have to send us the 1 month reservation for a deposit that's refundable. This 1 month deposit is also your installation fee. So then after this, you'll send your deposit, then you'll ship us your telescope, then we'll install it, polar line it, and once it's all ready to go, then you can start imaging and we'll resume with monthly payments once it's all up and running.
Okay, pretty straightforward. What do you guys do in terms of security? Like, how do I know it's safe here?
We always have on-site support, and it's Texas, and I don't know if you know anything about the culture in Texas, but it's very unwise to go stepping on random people's property in Texas. You'll have a very short lifespan if you do so, so it's very safe. If you don't want to ship your telescope or you're afraid of damage, we also do drop-offs. Again, we're here on site all the time, so you can pretty much swing by whenever. You just got to coordinate it with us first.
So here we're still at the very beginning, I would say, of the project. I mean, it's still fresh, but people are already imaging right now. So what do you envision it to be like in like 6 months or a year from now, in the future?
In a year, I want 1,000 telescopes. I want roll-offs going back as far as the eye can see. We've got 15 acres here, and it extends quite far towards the south of what you're seeing now. So, I mean, there's space for as many telescopes as we want to fit, and the more the merrier. This project works well at scale with many small telescopes, so I would like a lot more telescopes, like 10 buildings, 20 buildings. The sky's the limit here.
It's going to be huge. Okay. So we're going to be enjoying the dark skies all night, and yeah, very fun to be here and a very impressive project.
Thanks for coming.
Okay.
Cheers.
So luckily, all my gear arrived safely and was here waiting for me. Before we start, know that even if you decide to come on site, gear installation is done by Starfront personnel only. I am a special butterfly, so I was allowed to install it on my own.
We'll have a separate video dedicated to the entire process that happens from purchasing a pier to having your equipment installed later, where we'll show you how they receive and set up your equipment. Here, we'll do it ourselves.
So we first installed the mount on the pier, which is provided by Starfront. We then added the counterweights, the telescope, reattached the computer and Pegasus box and all the cables. We also attached a guide scope, which we don't use, but feel better knowing is there just in case. We then screwed in the filter wheel as well as the camera, and made sure the bulky part of the filter wheel was pointing upwards, so it wouldn't hit the pier when slowing high. And lastly, I balanced. We also have other things like a UPS box, but we go over all this in depth in our remote imaging course.
So right now I'm trying to make sure that all my cables are fine and nothing is going to collide during meridian flips. So here I'm pretending that the scope is doing a meridian flip or also tracking a bit past the meridian. So here I'll be safe. I think I did a really good job at management here. So I have some zip ties to make everything tighter. I have some straps here. I also did an S loop kind of. And lastly, I'm just gonna tighten this zip tie and cut it. And I think we'll be done. Everything seems perfect. So yeah, looks safe and ready to go. So now I'm just going to connect to it and see if everything works. Awesome.
It was then time to image. Despite clouds rolling above during the daytime, the sky was fully clear every single night we were there, which was fantastic.
I was able to connect to the rig with zero issues at all. I picked the Sator region as a completely random target to start with and imaged that for a total of 42 hours. Most of these hours were done remotely from my home in Vegas.
And here is the result. The Butterfly Nebula in the Sator region of Cygnus. 42 hours in RGB, HA, and O3.
Okay, so we're about to leave now. Everything has been going very well last night, so I'm very happy overall. And yeah, so this is how the telescope is parked because we don't have a flat panel. So to protect this from any dust in the daytime, I make sure to park it like this, so it's pointing a bit down. So which is a good way to park if you don't have a flat panel. Yeah, very cool. And very happy to have my scope. So if you guys want to have your scope hosted here in Texas, in those Bortle 1 skies, you can go ahead and join Starfront. So we'll have a link below. It's honestly the most affordable place in the US right now, so it's really, really cool. And the skies are fantastic. So go on the link and take a look, and hopefully your scope can be here around ours. So we'll see you guys next time, and let's go.